What's going on, everybody? Nick Hamilton here, one half of the Opposite Reaction podcast alongside Jackie Ray. When he left the game, a lot of people talked about, when he first left the game, it was about gambling suspensions and David Stern secretly suspended him and all of this other stuff, which was no proof that he did get suspended because of his gambling. But I thought it was very crass of the media at that time, right after his father was found tragically murdered in a swamp. So disrespectful.
See, I'm surprised you would say that, because you and I had a conversation where when Kobe passed, and I said that the media, it was their responsibility to hold on to that information until the family could be notified.
I'm saying as far as I'm saying they were blaming Michael Jordan's gambling and inciting.
They were speculating.
Right, but I'm saying they were inciting a media mob and saying, well, it was Jordan's fault why James Jordan is dead. And that's foul to me, because you don't do that.
I disagree. Because it's not a far leap. And
how?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay, give me some evidence.
It is not a far leap when you understand that the man that Jordan was involved with was a known drug trafficker. He was known to move with mafia type people, and these are people that Jordan is involved with. It's not a far, and in the way that his dad died. I know that they said, it could have been anybody, but the way that his car was found, his body was found, it didn't scream robbery gone bad. It screamed hit.
But how do you know it was a hit? There's no evidence proving that there was a hit.
But the media,
it's all speculation.
Yeah, but that's what media does.
Foul.
See, but I think
it doesn't make it any less foul just because they have the right to speculate. Just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean you should do it.
I said the same thing about Kobe. Just because you have a right to put this information out doesn't mean you should do it when you know there's a family that doesn't know yet that he's dead. What I'm saying is, if it's okay for media to do their job then, how come it's not okay for media to do their job now?
Because it's irresponsible, because you're bringing in somebody else that has nothing to do with anything, because there's no concrete evidence that it had anything to do with it. It's not saying, okay, we're showing pictures of James Jordan's body, or we're gonna say that, hey, James Jordan was found in a swamp before Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan's family and him were notified. That's totally different. To speculate, that's like saying, hey, man, the pilot from Kobe's helicopter crashed into a mountain on purpose. We don't know that. Or saying, hey, man, Kobe put pressure on the pilot, like the report that came out this week that said that the pilot was the representative for the pilot is now blaming all the passengers on why the helicopter crashed. You don't, if that crap came out during the time that we found out that tragically we lost Kobe Bryant along with his daughter Gianna and 7 other passengers, that's foul.
But I'm saying
that's different than having somebody, if they would have published photos of James Jordan and his body being, faced in the swamp like that, and then going straight to CNN or NBC or CBS, and before Michael Jordan's, the coroner could notify Michael Jordan and his family, they already putting it out there. That's different. What I'm saying is irresponsible and crass is the fact that you were doing speculation work. You were doing National Enquirer type work when you're supposed to be a respected media journalist outlet, and you were sitting up there throwing out speculations at a time where there was no evidence. No matter what you think may or may not have happened, there's no connecting the dots to what happened to James Jordan.
I 100% disagree.
How? With no evidence?
Because anytime, for those of us who watch like court documentaries or like just court TV, that's the first thing that reporters will say. Questions are circling if. That's their job, to raise whatever speculation. And on top of that, when you're talking about the biggest name athlete in basketball, and he has a gambling problem, that he deals with very shady people, and you're sitting around and you're talking about like what could make this happen. The man's car, his windows were bashed in. Mm-hmm. He was found somewhere else, 1 gunshot to the chest in a swamp. That doesn't scream robbery. So I'm just saying, when you're sitting around and you're talking about this man, because as sports journalists, for one, that's what we do. We speculate who's doing what caused this. That's what we do. So I'm not mad at the journalists saying that at that time.
Their speculation, they made it into like it was gospel.
And Every report says questions arise.